I'm fine. The reason why my scouting took so long was because I bumped into 2 travelers. She pursed her lips and tapped her chin. What is that face? What is that face? Oh my god. You're not amnesiac? Nope. A mystical look and pendants on them. They have some simple jewelry, but no pendants. Dark and mysterious pasts? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure not. One's a spoiled brat, the other seems like he would be the youngest of the dozen siblings. She sighs in relief. Good, I've had too many troublesome experiences with people like that. Let them into a village, and the next instant, it's on fire. That's my girl.
Right.
Right. Always thinking of everyone. Where's Dad? I'm starving. She laughed at my carefree comment. He should be back soon. She leaned to one side, looking past me. You can let your friends in if you like. Why is this snapping and slapping sounds for no reason? I turned to Ilmari, gingerly tapping the glass and putting his hands over it in bafflement. He looked like a performing mime.
Wow.
What is this brilliant substance? You can see beyond it, but it's a barrier. Not from around here. Heh, you could say that. Once we sat down at the table, Care was content leaning against the wall being sullen. I quickly explained the situation. I left out the punishment, since I had a feeling Care would get embarrassed. Here in the first place, they'll be observing our customs and looking at some of the altars we built. Sounds wonderful. I know there's been more interaction between both races lately, but I'm out of the loop now. Mom used to be the captain of the guard for the city of Oliver, but had long since retired. She kept busy performing various protection services for travelers and merchants, patrolling Barry, and even teaching sword fighting. We were hoping to leave first thing in the morning and walk the whole way? Are you nuts? I glanced at Karen and Ilmari. I could always swim, but it's been harder to navigate in this river recently. A lot of heavenkind activity. None of us fly. Chuh. Guess we could always hire a coachman. Usually there's a small group of merchants heading for Oliver, and they won't leave until tomorrow afternoon. I had initially offered my services, but if you think you can handle it... I am not impersonating that squeal. You mean it? I can arrange it right now. Up for the challenge? It'll be your first real job outside of Barry without me. Of course, I'll protect them with the best of my ability. She laughed at my enthusiasm and excused herself, letting the males know that they were welcome to stay overnight. The males? The males? Really? I grinned and pumped a fist into the air. Huzzah!
I'm going to be a real knight!
I am going to be a real knight. I am so excited. Can't you just tell from my voice? I feel like this is my first step into real knighthood. Believe it. Ha! A knighthood? Well, probably more like a mercenary. You get hired to protect people and make sure they arrive at their destination safely. That's a good thing. That way we can get to Oliver and earn a little money. However, if I could ask my mom something later, then I'd really be a knight. I could have left for Oliver at any time, but I needed something important first. I was probably grinning like an idiot, but I don't care. When I heard the door open, I knew it was my dad and immediately jumped up. Mom was likely on her late patrols again and probably wouldn't be back for a while. You are probably hungry. Is there anything you'd like to eat?
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'm open to anything. I've never tried Haven. I keep wanting to say Haven kind food, and that makes more sense since it's one word. But I'm going to call it both. So too bad. Haven't kind food before. We'll be our best to try to make you something you'll like. Ilmari? Care? Chew. He was pondering at first, then reluctantly looked it up. Yes? Look, there was the one that had the apple slices on it?
Right.
Oh, the apple tarts, of course. Are pretty much my dad's specialty. It just says right on the sign out front. He'll make you some. The smallest of smiles appeared on Kier's face, but it was quickly vanished. At least there was something heavenkind related that he enjoyed. Our meal was pleasant, and I was surprised that my dad even got care to say more than a few lines. My dad always had a way of winning people over through his cooking. Ilmari found our eating traditions extremely complicated, that with all the dishes and utensils used, but he kept getting drawn to the windows again. What a weirdo. If I ever let him loose in a stained glass church, I snorted behind my cup thinking about it. When Mom returned, I pulled her away from the group for a private chat. Is it all arranged? So I'll be able to guard the carriage tomorrow? Yes. Then, since I'm going to Oliver anyway, can you write a letter recommending me for knighthood? And Oliver, there was a special guild for knights. Oh boy! People trained by revered knights could be endorsed to serve under the Sun and Moon Council. Fading. There you go, I just scratched my leg. The Sun and Moon Council. So I was going to Oliver now. This would be the perfect opportunity to join them. With Mom's name, they could not refuse me. If anything, they'd usher me in with open arms. My mom sighed and rubbed her forehead, already tired of the persistent conversation. Honestly, Aura, I don't think you're ready and mature enough to... Not impersonating the squeal. I'm not a teenage girl. I wouldn't even be able to if I tried. I'm ready. When did this turn into SpongeBob? Not only that, I can help care, or help the dragonkind better. Please? She chuckled weakly, but I could tell she was still firm in her decision. Look, I'll think about it. For now, you can assist Care and Ilmari just fine without the rank. Gave her a petulant look, but gave in. All right. I'm glad you're at least considering it. Thanks, Mom. Returned to the others, who were finishing up their meal. As I gathered the dishes, glanced Dad towards the stairs. Will you be spending the night here? ... You've already done so much for us. We also prefer more spacious places, so we'll be fine outside. You sure? Do you see us living in these things? Not really. We still have some time before it gets dark. I can show you around the town if you'd like. And Mari brightened immediately while Care sighed. I'll go.
I don't care.
I don't care. Pass. Oh, excuse me. Weren't you ordered to learn more about Heavenkind? Annoying. You can just summarize it for me. More about finding the altars. Which are locations you visit after you learn.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Ha! Believe it. Let sleeping dragons lie, Ilmari. Ha! Get it? 'Cause it's a pun. Oh, that was a good one. I'll have to hand it to them. That was a good one. We can have fun without crab apple sulking along. Grabbed Umari's hand and led him outside, deciding to show off the orchard the town specialized in. As we walked down the road, we passed a farmhouse where 4 children were running around playing tag. One of us spotted them. One of them spotted us. He waved, and the other 3 eagerly scampered towards us. Or, come play. Another time chase. The youngest sibling crept forward and gazed upon Ilmari curiously. Your ears are funny. Well, your face is funny, kid. Now get lost. Is that a bad thing? Not at all. They're really cute, don't you think, Heather? She giggled. They look like butterflies. The children prodded at Ilmari and ran around until their mother called them back. Although I did not expect that, Ilmari seemed to have enjoyed himself. How sweet. Heh, they're all siblings, so they play together a lot. He blinked blankly before gasping.
Wow.
Siblings? They're all related? Yeah. It's not uncommon to have large families here. Even although I'm an only child myself. What about you? I guess you were like the youngest of dozen. He gave a sheepish chuckle. No, I'm an only child too. It's extremely rare for dragonkind to have siblings. I don't think I've met one that had more than 2. He tilted his head, then glanced at me hesitantly as if pondering something.
I have a question.
Then for mating season, is it? What? Then for mating season, is it? Alarm bells went off in my head and I made a giant cross with my arms to dissuade him. Oh no, banned. I'm banning this subject. As if I could accurately answer those types of questions anyways. If you don't ask, I won't ask how it works between dragons.
I'm sorry.
Ah, right, I agree. He appeared so awkward that I couldn't help but laugh, and soon we were chuckling over our quick diversion. Right. Alright, let's keep going. I can show you around one of the farms. Okay. Ugh, oh my god. One of the barn. It's only like 12 p.m. and I don't know why I'm yawning so much because it's brighter in my room than usual because there was just a blizzard outside for the past 2 days, so it's like wicked bright in my room, much more than normal, and I'm allergic to light apparently. One of the barns was open. It actually belonged to an old friend of my family. I casually strolled in, pointing out various equipment. Pointing out, Mari gestured to a device in the corner.
I have a question.
I have a question. Well, I don't have an answer. Get lost. What does that do? Oh, it's a churn. Used, well, churn milk or cream into butter.
What?
What is with the faces? Cream? Butter? Here, I'll demonstrate. Pretending, of course. I approached the cylindrical wooden tub and touched the stave. Basically, you plunge this up and down, and I'll shake the liquid and eventually turn into a solid. Milk, cream, and butter are all types of food. As I explained, the house order entered, carrying 2 buckets filled to the brim with something. Hi, Brioni. I saw you showing your friend around, and I thought you'd like to demonstrate the real thing. With a wry smile, she set the buckets down and stared at them expressionlessly. I wasn't planning on staying. Wow, I want to see it! Between Amari's persistence and my inability to decline a request from my mom's friend, I gave in. I'm just adding syllables to words now. Alright, I'll show you, Mary. Then afterwards, you can show him how to milk cows.
Let's do this.
Fine, I'll do it. I'll do it all. I wasn't sure how, but I got roped into chores while showing Ilmari around. His questions were endless, and he seemed to enjoy every minute of it. Whenever I offered for him to take over, he'd shake his head and say that he'd probably mess it up. I had the feeling he was just saying that. What a lazy bones. At least he loved the apple orchard when I was finally able to guide him there. It was late evening when we returned, and I was rolling my aching shoulder. Even my calluses have calluses. I haven't done farm stuff in years. I'm surprised I remembered it all. I had been more focused on my sword training and patrolling duties as of late. But did you have fun, Amari? He grinned brightly, like a child who had just left the sweet shop with a pocket full of cookies.
That is so amazing.
Thank you. It's just the shoulder. I mean, you have one too. You can do the same thing. I did. I thought it was really interesting. I don't know if I'd call it interesting, but I guess I've been here so long that it's all routine to me. If I was a knight, I could do more things. Huh? Nothing. Merely thinking out loud. You sure have a lot of questions regarding Heavenkind.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. I naturally love learning about new things. In return, if you have any questions about Dragonkind, I'd be happy to answer. He stopped and shyly fidgeted with his hands, and I could tell he was anticipating an inquiry. Confess you want to touch his ears. It's kind of creepy, actually. Oh, that's cool. The other one moves when you, You speak our tongue pretty fluently. Did you learn it? Yes, from what I know, Carrier was pretty much forced to, while I learned it on my own.